Asking you 21 questions. Yo. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Man, I'm listening to this. What is it? This AI remake of 50 Cent 21 Questions. I'm like, man, that thing is fire. There's these AI stuff is getting pretty crazy, pretty scary, right? We're seeing a lot of changes with this, and even the music that's coming out. Some of this is AI. It almost sounds like it's a real artist, but things are definitely changing. The market's ever changing. Situation, lifestyles. My kids, one of my sons, he's 11, and he's like, Dad, when can I get my driver's license? And I told him 16 and a half, right? You could get your permit. But the reality is in the future, I don't really foresee these kids needing to have their driver's license because, I think in the future, what we're going to see is a lot of these automated vehicles that we're already seeing AI generated. And the thing is, the future is adapting, and that's what we're also doing. We actually have implemented a lot of AI into our business, and just whatever tools we're able to utilize within the organization, within the business, and it's something that's interesting. But anyway, I just wanted to welcome you guys on. It's October 11th, 5:43 p.m., and it's a Saturday. But I did want to jump on real quick, just get you guys a quick market update, let you guys know what the market is doing right now. What we're hearing a lot, and a lot of the contempt, not contentment. What I'm hearing is a lot of the resistance that I keep getting is that the market's going to change, the market's going down, that economy, politics, all this rhetoric, right? That's going on in the media, going on in people's minds, and just what they're seeing overall, right? It's this market is one of the most affordable for the American public that there has been in the history of the United States. It's almost at the all-time peak. Obviously, we saw higher numbers a few years ago, but reality is it's still pretty expensive. Rates aren't so much cheaper. They're still 6.25 for you to get a home. So that makes it a little tough for buyers. What we're seeing is a lot of two income people in a single household are needing to qualify for the loan, whereas before you could use one income. Sometimes it's 3 to 4 incomes to qualify is what we've seen. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over this report. We get this monthly as realtors. I don't know if everybody does, but I know I do. And it's the Arizona Journal of Real Estate and Business. And they basically go over market stats. I already kind of reviewed it, went over some of the details, but I'm going to be reading off of some of this, and hopefully it's helpful for you guys to just kind of get a comprehensive idea of what the market is actually doing right now. And aside from the rhetoric and the media and what all that is telling us is happening, what's really happening? So here in the report, it says last year sales of single family homes in the greater Phoenix hit a 16-year low. This year, sales have improved. Sales from January through August are up 3.2% or 1,021 more sales than last year for the same period. So what we've actually seen is that we've seen more sales. We've seen more sales than last year, 2024. So actually the market slowed down last year more than this year. It actually increased a little bit. And the median purchase price has stayed pretty stagnant. We're right around 500 or 5,000 is what we're seeing in our market. But here's something that's pretty interesting. Sales of August represented a 5.6% increase compared to August of 2024. Sales from January are up 3.2% as well, which is what we already determined. Here's something that we want to look at. The seller concessions, what the title of the video is. Seller concessions are 57% of what in the sales, 57% of homeowners are actually offering seller concessions to the buyer, meaning that if the buyer is requesting closing costs or buy down credits for their interest rate, the sellers are most likely granting this. So if you're a home seller, keep that in mind, because chances are that if you're not offering closing costs or interest rate buy downs or things like that, these buyers are heading over to the new build. Remember, the new build is your competition. So you got to be careful with that, because the new builders are offering rates super, super low, making these buyers choose a new construction home versus going to the resale market. So if you're a home seller, you gotta take that into consideration, because if you don't, you're gonna sit stagnant and you're gonna be pissed off that your house didn't sell 6 months later. That's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate truth, but we're in a market where we have to be firm whenever it comes to pricing it right, because this is not 2022. This is not price it as high as you can and see what happens. If you price it as high as you can, chances are it's not going to sell. You're going to have to drop the price, and you'll finally sell it. But the reality is that it's not the same as it was a few years ago. And I think a lot of people that jump into the market that are homeowners expect that they should get more than what their house is really worth because they paid more for it a few years ago. And the issue is that a lot of people overpaid for their home because there was such a shortage. So because of that, a lot of homeowners are very resistant to lowering the price. And we've seen that. But reality is that 50% of sales under 500,000 are offering concessions. Actually, I'm sorry, 68% of sales under 500,000 are offering concessions, even higher. So that just goes to show us that, especially if you're the lower price point, you're giving up more money as you're increasing the purchase price. Chances are it's actually going in the opposite direction. So 72 days average days on market. How does this benefit you as a buyer? Well, the good thing is if it's lasting a little bit more on the market, chances are the seller is willing to negotiate a little bit more, especially if they are motivated to get out of the house. If they're motivated, chances are they're open to negotiating. If they're not motivated, or let's say they're motivated, they just don't have the funds, chances are it might not be a deal. But let's say they do have the funds to make it happen, they just have to lower the price and lose out a little bit more money. We could get you a better deal because we have leverage. Now, as a homeowner, be strategic, price it right, get the right marketing, get the right team behind you, and you'll be fine. But it's going to require more from you as a homeowner if you're looking to sell, because again, you're competing against these new construction homes, and buyers are willing to drive an extra 30 minutes to get a brand new home. I just got a client under contract this week. They were looking in South Phoenix and they ended up in Buckeye. That's how far they were willing to go out to get that double gate, to get a new construction home. And also, here's a cool thing that you may or may not know. I don't know. But the interest rate changes the amount of your mortgage monthly payment. So if you go to a resale market, chances are you're getting a higher rate than if you go to the new construction market. If you go to the new construction market, many times we're able to get you an ultra low interest rate, which will allow you to afford a higher purchase price. However, your monthly payment will stay essentially the same because we got your interest rate to become lower. And that's something that, if you didn't know, it's something that's beneficial working with an agent. So working with somebody that knows the market, follows the market, and is on top of the market and seeing what the market's really doing is going to be essential for you to find either the right property or the right team to help you sell your house. Because if you don't hire the right team in this market, it's going to be hard for you to get your home sold. What we know is that 90% of real estate agents fail within the first year. And from there on and so forth, the average homes that a realtor sells per year is 2 to 3 homes based on a National Association of Realtor statistics. So let's say that this person's making $10,000-15,000 on a home, but they ended up selling 2 homes a year. They're still probably working this business part-time. You want somebody that this is what they do, this is their bread and butter. You want somebody that has been doing it for some while and has a proven system and a proven track record, and also proven testimonials that can go a long way to choose the right partners to help you. So here's just a little gist of what the market is doing, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. We're not seeing necessarily a huge change in notice of trustee sales, foreclosures. We have seen an increase though. So that's something to keep an eye on. I'm not saying it's never going to crash. I'm just saying that the numbers don't show it yet, at least not what we're looking at. I'm not a genie in a bottle, right? So yeah, going to the notice of foreclosures in August, we did see 79 versus 40 last year, August. So we have seen almost double, but it's still not a number significant enough to be worried about. Now, if we continue to see that trend, then it might be something to be concerned about. However, something that we have seen is an increase as well of short sale listings. Now, short sale is basically when an owner of a property owes more than what the house is actually worth. So a lot of people are put themselves in a tricky situation, especially those that ended up purchasing in 2022 when the market was skyrocketing in an upward fashion, going so quickly that a lot of buyers just unfortunately didn't have the ability to get what they wanted. So now they got a home that they don't really like, but they're really not in a position to sell it because it doesn't have equity just yet. But yeah, guys. Anyway, well, this is one of my first of many lives that we're going to be putting together for you guys. My goal is to bring you guys information about the market. If you guys have any questions, right now I'm still, this is my first one, so I'm going to be building this up. As soon as I start getting some traction with people watching this content, I know it takes time to build that up. Follow me, social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Ozzy Corn, all of those across the board, OZZIECORN, part of the Corn, whoops, not this side, part of the Corn real estate team, and team lead. Got a few agents on the team that are consistently helping out, calling potential clients as well as a transaction coordinator assistant, and a few showing agents that help us, as well as some social media marketing people, gurus that help us out with some of our stuff. So we're super excited for this last quarter. We're seeing great numbers. And if you have any questions about getting a home here in the Valley, we work Phoenix, West Valley, Goodyear, Avondale, Tonopah, Buckeye, Surprise, all the way to the East Valley, Santan, Apache Junction, whatever area you need. So make sure you reach out to us. And also, if you're an agent out there that is barely getting into the business, is not really sure where to maneuver, how to get any business, and really don't understand how to go through this type of market, feel free to reach out to me. We're always learning, we're always adapting, we're always being creative. But thankfully, we have been consistently in this business over a decade, and continuing to learn and adapt through each market is going to be essential, beneficial, and ultimately going to be necessary when the market changes, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So anyway, thank you guys for jumping on to our live today, and we look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't party too hard, or if you do, make sure you got a DD, and have a good rest of your evening. Make sure you can make it to the gym and to church tomorrow. Have a good one.